So I remember growing up and hearing the same old credit cards are the devil or never get a credit card. And to be honest, I see why now. Now look, credit cards have a bad reputation for mainly lower and middle class people, but if you really think about it and use it wisely, you can actually use credit cards to book travel without even thinking about it. I've done a lot of research on credit cards, and the main reason I see people don't want to use credit cards is because of their lack of control on impulse. They can't walk into a store and stick to a list, and having a credit card, you can just walk in, swipe the card without even thinking about it, without even worrying about any type of budget. Of course, until the closing statement comes, and then you're charged 25% interest, and then you gotta pay way more than what you even purchased. But let me tell you, when you learn how to control your purchases and wisely spend without impulse, you're in for a treat. So these are my top 5 credit cards that I've brought into 2023 these past 3 months, and it's been doing well so far. And I also have one bonus one at the end that I've just recently got, and it's pretty solid. So just getting into it, number 5 is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This was actually the second card I've ever got. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. So this one is actually my catch-all credit card because it covers 1.5% on all purchases. To be honest, that can build up quickly to a first-class flight to Dubai. Yes, it can. Well, that might take a while, but it's still my favorite. And the welcome bonus, I think it's 200 back after spending 500, which is pretty good for a beginner card. So my number 4 credit card is actually going to be an unpopular opinion, unfortunately. So I know the NerdWallet geeks are going to click off as soon as I say this, but it's actually a co-branded card such as the Target Red card. So I actually got this when I was actually working at Target a couple years ago, and it was really a great credit card to combine with the employee discount, which was 10%. It also gives you 5% off all purchases, and the welcome offer was pretty good. It's $40 off after a $40 purchase. So you can literally go in, spend $42, and get the $40 off. You're paying $2 for a week or 2 weeks worth of groceries. Not only the 5% back on all purchases, but the app is very intuitive. It's very easy to just walk into Target with your car keys and your phone. Once you add the red card to it, it's pretty toxic, but like I said in the beginning, if you can control your impulse, you can make this very simple and also use it for Starbucks. So the third card that I put on the list is actually the Amex Business Plus. This is pretty nice. I got this earlier last year because I was getting heavier into my freelancing business, my e-commerce stores, and I was just racking up subscriptions, racking up products. I needed something that can, kind of separate it from my personal spending. And this was a really great card. One thing I found out is that it doesn't affect your personal score if you apply for a business card, and actually it gives you 0% APR for the first 12 months. So say you're starting a business and you want to avoid that risk. Having a good credit score and applying for a business card, you're going to be set for 12 months. Just make sure you pay it off in full to avoid the interest, because that's the last thing you want as a business owner, I promise. Don't forget about a huge balance like that and ruin your relationship with the Amex gods, because you are going to be stuck and it's going to be pretty hard to get out of that rut. So for anyone with a small business, a freelancing gig, running an e-commerce store, this is perfect because you don't even need an LLC for it. You just need an individual business and you're pretty much set to go. So the second card on my list would have to be one of my favorites that I applied and got approved for, which would be the Sapphire Preferred card. This is from Chase. So in the fall of 2021, I actually got this because it was 100,000 bonus points, and I've been keeping an eye on it. And this was the highest point offer that I've ever seen, and it's never gone that high before. And it still isn't that high. It's at 60,000 right now. It's when you spend $4,000 in 3 months, which is pretty solid. Like, I pretty much spend that for rent and for groceries, so I'm set there, and I got 100,000 free points that I'm going to use for Japan later this year, which will be great. I did check though, the points offer right now, as of March 10th, 2023, it's about 60,000 bonus points when you spend 4,000 in 3 months. So that's still a good offer. You can still get free flights around certain places in America, and as well as free hotel nights, which you really can't beat. There's nothing to really argue about that there. And what else I like about this is the 3x points on streaming services and also dining, which I do both of those every day. I'm either gonna be streaming something, I'm gonna be eating out, not every day, but at least once a week. So having 3x points on that, it's really a win-win scenario. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to get this card besides the $95 annual fee, but again, the annual fee is pretty much paid back to you with all the bonus offers, especially the 60,000 bonus points. That goes a long way when you use transfer partners. So my number 1 card that'll be working overtime for me in 2023 is the Amex Gold card. Now, this is just as pretty as everyone says it is online, and I had to see for myself It is beautiful and it is totally worth getting. Let me tell you why real quick. So first of all, 4x points on supermarkets and 4x points on eating out, dining. I go to the supermarket and I eat food every single day. Supermarkets I would do maybe once or twice a week. It just covers everything that I would need to have. Getting 4 times the points on these purchases will rack up super quickly. I'll be going to London next week, I promise you, if I keep going to Walmart. So it wasn't just about what I got back though, it's also what it offered. So what it offered was actually Uber Eats $10 credit every single month, and also $10 credit for certain dining restaurants such as Shake Shack, Cheesecake Factory, and those are both literally 10 minutes away from me from where I live right now. So it's perfect. I can just go out whenever I want. 2 free dinners every month. Can't really go wrong with that. Yeah, honestly, those 4 things are what did it for me. Obviously, the $250 annual fee is the thing that people most talk about. And honestly, I see it paying you back as soon as you get the card. And honestly, every single month, it will rack up that $20 credit for you for food. And it just pays you back $240 just off that. And once you get the 4x points on groceries and also dining, it's really gonna pay you back in 4 or 5 times more. So from my position, I wasn't really worried about the $250 annual fee. I think it's honestly pretty solid and it gives you way more value as long as you're good on your impulse purchasing. Don't mess with the Amex gods and you'll be set with this card, and it'll look good while you're doing it. And the bonus card that I actually just received that seemed like a no-brainer for me, especially since I just moved into a new apartment, would have to be the Built Rewards card. This is definitely a no-brainer because I pay for rent every month and it gives you 1x point on rent and waives the transaction fee. I didn't see what else could be better, so I just had to get it. You know, I was paying rent through my checking account recently and I wanted something that I can get points for so I can later use it for hotel nights or even just a trip just by paying rent. So I thought it was just a no-brainer. I've seen many other YouTubers talk about this, so I had to pick it up, and the transition was pretty smooth. I seen there was some issues with people getting fraudulent purchases. I have been checking, I haven't seen anything so far, but it's only been a week, so I'll keep you posted on that. So that is my list of cards that I will be using the rest of 2023. Hit the like button and let me know if you have any of these and why you decided to get them. I'll also be posting another video about credit cards that I will be going for later this year. I'll go ahead and keep you posted on that. Go ahead and subscribe and let me know what other cards that I didn't mention that I should also look into. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.